I'm Debbie, and I'm an Oxfam campaigner. Let's have a chat. It's important to show that people across Canada care about ending the injustice of poverty and standing up for women's rights. That's why Oxfam is calling for all of our supporters this election, including people like you, to speak with their local candidates and see where they stand on these important issues. Which is why we created a toolkit with tips and tricks to help you do just that. We thought we'd give you a preview of what's in that toolkit, so here goes! Wait, before we begin, you do know we have a federal election coming up before or on October 21st, 2019? Candidates are already hitting the campaign trail, and so should you. From now until the election, you can speak to your MP candidates and help put women's rights on the map. Okay, so now that we're all on the same page, let's go! First things first, you want to know who's running. Visit Elections Canada to find out what riding you're in, if you don't know that already, of course, and see which candidates are actually running up for election. Find out more about them. Read up on the candidates running in your riding to know a little bit more about their background, their position on certain issues, of statements they've made in speeches, and even their voting record if they've already held elected office. Meet with political candidates from all parties. Part of the democratic process is engaging with people we may not always agree with. Use this as an opportunity to kind of challenge them and ask them those critical, difficult questions. Although you may disagree on certain issues, it's always important to have a level of respect. They're just people, just like you and I. Meet them where they're at. There's so many things happening. Your local candidates can be found at community events, barbecues, town halls, debates, even your front door. This makes having a conversation with your candidates so much more easier. You don't have to actually schedule a meeting with them at their campaign office. If an in-person conversation isn't your thing, that's okay. Have a conversation over the phone. Or you can send your recommendations via email or tweet at them. I'm doing that right now. Send. Want to set up a formal meeting in person? Go for it. Call the campaign office and schedule a meeting. Tell them that you live in the riding and want to share your priorities. Always let them know the purpose of the meeting and how many people you plan on attending. Have fun with it. It adds to an easier flow of conversation when you can kind of bounce ideas off a friend and fill in conversation gaps. Also, having a friend there can help boost your confidence. So, you've done the research, you know who you're meeting with, you've set up a time, and you show up. And now you gotta figure out what to talk about. Ask your candidates 3 questions. Although candidates might be super eager to meet with you, these meetings might be brief, and I mean like real brief. So stick to asking questions on 3 issues so that the conversation is focused. In the toolkit, there are questions that you can ask, but we recommend that you ask questions that mean the most to you. That's why we created a guide to the election. Here you're gonna find our policy recommendations on 10 themes like women's representation and leadership, ending poverty, women's work, as well as natural resources and climate change. Now let's be real. Speaking to party leaders and candidates can be very intimidating. Trust me, I've done it before. But it doesn't have to be. Want to have a dope MP meeting? There are 10 tips in our toolkit, but here are my top 5. Number 1, you gotta be kidding me. Practice. Test out your message and questions in front of the mirror. Hi. Hi. Hello. Or with a friend before speaking with a candidate. Clearly tell the candidate what you want them to commit to doing if elected. Don't forget to check the guide to the election and select recommendations you feel most passionate about. If you feel like there's a candidate that would be easier to talk to or is more in line with your personal views, feel free to talk to them first. No pineapple on pizza? Oh, great. Give me a high five. It'll probably make you feel a lot more comfortable, and it's great practice. Speaking to you is their job and not an interruption. Candidates are usually very grateful to hear from you and hear your views. It gives them an opportunity to kind of hear your point of view and the different perspectives that are in their writings. Bring up personal anecdotes that are memorable, informative, and persuasive. When candidates hear about the issues that are passionate about you, it gives them the opportunity to learn more about the community they hope to represent. So don't be afraid to tell them why they should care. You're part of a large movement of people across Canada and in their community, working to end the injustice of poverty and advance women's rights and gender equality. We know that talking to candidates and talking about politics in general can be intimidating. It can even seem a little time-consuming, but it is so worth it. Think of this as your opportunity key to affect democratic change right at the top. Now, how cool is that?